Okay. Good evening, everybody. Again, we are starting something new. Although I have another 9 experiments, which I have not done it so far, and I really wanted to do along with all of you, which I am going to do it anyway because I've decided. But then we'll do it later. Okay, so the thing about the manifestation, probably 2018, 17 or 18 is when I did. And I did a lot of work on it at that time. I wanted to solve some long-standing problems, and I did. I really solved all of them. That is when manifestation became so easy for me. Life changed. I must say this. Life really changed for me. At that time, people started calling me Queen of Manifestation. Why am I telling this? Because it feels good, and but slowly I realized there is no need for manifestation. Everything what's happening is much better than what you could manifest. And if something is taking time, there is good reason for it. And maybe when you pay attention to that reason, your need for that manifestation will be okay, that you'll be patient. Eventually it will happen. For a reason it's not happening now. And you are okay with the in-between distraction which is coming in, because that is also paying you something. It's giving you something, right? So this is what I realized. But when I was trying out this manifestation stuff, I have read many books related to manifestation. I've heard, I've practiced, and I've come to my own conclusions. So what I am going to share with you all is what I came up with, the conclusions. Of course, this is all I read from others. I practiced and I experienced, right? Now, will that work for you? I really don't know. But I'm just thinking that maybe if you all try, 50% at least will work. It will, right? So that's my hope. Okay. So now I have a different way of learning things. I need to understand it so thoroughly with examples, with experience, and then I'll be convinced. Then only I will do it. If somebody told me, because they are probably at that level, a teacher, a guru, I won't be convinced. That's how I am. Okay. So all the examples which I'll give probably are what I have observed or my own experiences. Now I suggest that all of you keep a book. This is going to be for 6 weeks. Okay. Yeah. So call yourself today is August 15th. It's very easy to remember. 2023, August 15th, you are setting yourself for the freedom of manifesting what you want. And manifest so many things. And then come to the conclusion that you don't need to manifest. That's how everybody will experience it. That's how everybody will come to the conclusion. And then that changes your life. Now, suddenly you'll become somebody with a glow around your head. It's not like that. You'll become more human. You'll realize actually so beautiful is your life. Maybe you will accept a lot more things. And you will allow things to happen to you. It's a very humbling experience. Okay? So for this, I would like to first, it's like we are starting with blindfolded, okay? All of you have books here, no? If you don't have, I'll give you time. Go get a book. Meghna doesn't have a book. Do you have, Meghna? Okay, wonderful. If anybody wants to use their mobile notepad, it's up to you. Because maybe I belong to old generation. Maybe people want to use mobiles. It's up to you. Okay. So now we'll start with blindfolding. Of course, this is all about manifestation. So at some point I'll ask you, okay, right, what do you want to manifest? But that's how usually everybody does. How often have you written what I want, what I want, what I want? It's boring, isn't it? I want to be that which need not have to write any list, but I want to get it just like that. I want to be that manifesting machine. I just need to think. That's it. And I should get that. I don't need to write it and then work for it. That's what I'm trying to say. So whenever you're trying to manifest it, what actually you're trying to do is you are trying to be that. Everybody says this, right? You have to be that. When you be that, it's you. That means it should be with you. You want to be a world's greatest healer. Be that healer then. Act like the healer. Now the question is, what is that stopping you from being that? Right? Maybe for actors, actresses, theater people, it's very easy to be that, I think, isn't it? I always think like that. But still, there is a difference that they know that they are in a drama. Life is, you don't know that you're in a drama. That is the difference. That's the one subtle difference. And we need to figure it out. So first we have to understand what is this universe then. If you probably understand this universe and the rules of the universe, you will be able to play accordingly. Because it's a game, no? We have decided that it's a game or it's a drama. Let's take it like a game. Because we all love video games especially. Right? Now, let's take the example of the game only if we talk about it. It's much easier that way. Now, what happens is, let's assume that this universe is a game. Someone did it. And they threw the user manual so that nobody gets it. Now you need to play it, figure it out, figure the best possible way to get what you want. And that is manifestation. Now, if you suddenly think some 5 years back, okay, I read that book about manifestation. I saw this video. Oh, this teacher told me about how many things have you done about manifestation? You're all trying that game again and again, again and again, again and again. How? There must be a path. There must be a way to figure out. You must have succeeded a little bit, but then it didn't work for every time. Then you think that, okay, what is this about? And then you blame yourself, you blame all the beliefs you have, you blame everything of yours, and you say, okay, yeah, I have to work on that. I have to work on this. I have to work on that. Okay, fine. Yeah, we all have to work on that. But what are we doing actually is we are trying to figure out the path. We're trying to figure out the rules probably, or the method, right? So let's try again. We are all trying together. We are all trying to understand it together. So everybody's experience are kind of finding out the path. Okay. So we all have to, whatever we discover here, infer with respect to our own life and come to a conclusion. Hey, that's not the way actually, this is the way. And then we all agree, we all apply to our life and say that, yeah, looks like that. Looks like what you're saying is right. And then when you're conscious about it, next time when whatever you are doing, it changes. Now, as I said, manifestation is not a project. Manifestation is living. So if you just change your way of living, manifestation happens. That's what it is. Right? Now, everybody's way of living is different. Okay, I want to be something else. Navina wants to be something else. Meghna wants something else. There itself, since nobody's life is same, rules will be different. Okay, but we start with just to have some fun. And after 6 weeks, when you come back and open your first page, it'll be nice to read. So, all of you, don't even think about what do you want to manifest. That we will do it after 3 weeks. Okay? Or after 3 weeks, what you had thought, during this 1 year time that you wished that you had that or something like that would suddenly be happening. Then you realize that, oh my gosh, am I becoming the queen of the manifester? Something like that, you'll think probably because you would have changed yourself, right? And so that's the point. Now, what you do is, all of you write down some of the beliefs which are in the recent past, which have propped up, which have come up. Some of the beliefs which you have made for yourself or you have heard from others. Something like, it may be just thought which your parents said, like, first finish your homework, then you can play, or go play outside and then come back and do that. Get up in the morning, first brush. Now that might sound, is that a belief? Isn't it a good thing? I don't know whether it's good or bad. Seriously, I don't know, good or bad. But it's become a belief for us. And because it's a belief, it's good for us. So like that, write down some few beliefs you have. Okay? Just when you're done, you say, I've done, or something like that. Okay? So it can be anything. You have to work hard. Life sucks. Life is never good. Marriages are never made in heaven. So kind of things, whatever. Marriages are made in heaven is a belief, but I'm sure nobody believes that. So you can write down what you have made your own beliefs. Just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and write down all of it. It can also be that I'm a failure. I'm not following my purpose. That is also part of it. It's not exactly a belief. I mean, it's a belief, but just made by you. And then every time during the 6 weeks, we are going to make one small little exercise, okay, which will help us understand. When we are doing the exercises, I want everybody to switch on your camera because those people who have switched on the camera only will be taking part in the exercises because I want one person to work on the rest, something like that. It's time that we became real, not exactly living in our own heads. You can even write, what do you think about yourself? Even if it's a good thing, you can write. You think that you're an awesome healer, please write. Because even that can be a limiting belief, okay, at some time. Trust me, everything can limit you at some point or the other. I'll give you maximum 1 more minute. We make a lot of assumptions. If you have assumptions, please write that. Sure, Shiraz, you can do that. Yes, Navina.
Yeah. So things like I've written 5 of them, but I don't know, it's a belief. Like love and acceptance is essential, but it's tough. It's a belief, right?
Yeah, it's belief. Do you want love
Things
and
like
acceptance? People may say, I don't want love and affection. Love and
acceptance, love and acceptance.
Yes. People may even say, I don't want love and acceptance also. They would have tried, they would have left it.
Yeah.
We are all in different phases of the same thing, Navina. So
right.
write it down. Nothing is, oh, this is wrong. There is no such thing like that.
No, I wrote like love and acceptance is essential, but it's tough. Like the facing it.
Okay, write it.
Yeah. And similarly, I wrote like detachment is tough.
Okay. Okay, so all of you wrote. You want a little more time, you can. You can also write it later also. It is just to understand. See, the whole point is you need to understand what you are, who you are, where you are. It's like knowing in the game, are you in level 1, level 2, level 3? Where are you? Then only you can go forward. So that is why I asked you, write it down. What you think about yourself with respect to beliefs, limiting thoughts and ideas, assumptions. Okay, done. You can leave 1 or 2 pages. Continue to write as you're thinking for another 1 or 2 days. We can all write pages and pages actually. So let's see now. As we are talking also, we are going to address some of the beliefs, right? And you can quickly write it down if you have that belief, right? So the first thing, we have heard and we believe that we create our own reality. What a beautiful belief. How do you know that you are creating your own reality? It is like shaking the foundation, okay? Now we don't want to hear anything more. No. I just want to believe that I create my own reality. Why? Because I have built castles out of it. Over that, I have built a big castle. Especially me as a therapist, I'll say that you create everything of yours. Now, without which, what the hell do I do? But do we? I don't have any answer. I'm just throwing it in the air for all of you, because that is where your manifestation lies. You need to seek your answers. It may be true for me, right? And it may be working out for me, because the more I strongly believe that I create my own reality, I know that I can manifest it the way I want. So I believe that. But you believe it or not, please think about it for 1 or 2 days and then come to a conclusion, because your manifestation power lies there. Now, it doesn't mean, okay, you'll think that, no, I am not the one who's creating the reality. God has created the reality and I'm walking that path. Then God has the ability to manifest. All you have to do is put application for him or her. But that's okay, no? You can write letter to God, right? It will work for you. That is what I'm trying to say. Find out your belief. So check this thing, keep thinking what mostly so far you have believed is what is going to continue. You don't have to change your belief for this. Already whatever beliefs you have, make use of it. Is the easiest way. Yes, Meghna. Unmute and talk.
What if we believe it's more like a 50-50 thing? We also do create, but God also has a plan.
Co-creation. Okay. So in that time, you take advantage of both.
Okay.
So write a letter to God as well as you tell the God, see, I'm planning to do like this. I need these things. Please provide it so that I can continue on my manifestation. I'm just giving you
Okay.
an idea. It's up
Yeah.
to you how you do it, right?
Okay.
Because I think so that, I mean, for me, it's more of 50-50. How it makes me feel is he's created me with a lot of power and he has put me here. Now expecting me to work on it and get it what I want. So that's my 50-50 belief.
Okay.
It's up to you. It's up to you how you look at it. Okay. Now the next question. If we think that we are creating the reality, then you look around and think some of the problems and think, why have I created it? Why anybody would create these problems? If you are the one who's creating the reality, why have we created it? Now don't tell me that, yeah, right, why have we created? No. Maybe we have not understood the game then. That is why we are creating wrongly. We are creating this reality with assumptions which are limiting. That is why we have created crap. Right? Because your beliefs cannot go wrong most often. Many of the beliefs won't work for us. Work for us means they're working the way they should be working, which is not liked by you. That's why we say that most of the beliefs don't work for me, means that they are working. They are a machine, working machine they are. You're not liking what they're working. So that's why we try to change the beliefs. So there are assumptions, limiting factors, beliefs, and we're playing the game by those rules. That is why we are creating, the output is some nonsense. Right? Now, let us give a little different, easy perception of the world. Let us think it like a vending machine. Okay, what is vending machine? There are so many nice goodies there. With a button, there's a place to put money. You press those buttons and that thing will fall and you can enjoy it. Right? Now think that there are so many buttons, millions of buttons, maybe infinite number of buttons. And the it would have written Coke, chocolate like that, right? And you press that button. What if there is nothing written on the button? And you don't know which one to press and what you get. You can't even see. The vending machine doesn't have a transparent glass. So you don't know what is inside the vending machine, but you know it's a vending machine. And you know there are a lot of good things there. You don't know which button is for what. You need to figure it out. This is our universe. Okay? So what you'll start? You will think that, let me start the first button. Okay? So you press that first button and then you say, oh, second time you pressed it. Some 4 or 5 times, if you still get the same thing, you will conclude, okay, this is this. If you press this, I get a Coke. Consistency. You train yourself. If I press this, I get Coke. But what if the 10th time they programmed it to give you a chocolate? So one person patiently would try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then say, hey, the 10th time Coke doesn't come. 10th time chocolate comes. Okay. And then he goes and tells everybody, you know what, that Coke thing which you're all thinking, the 10th time when you press, the chocolate comes. And then the newbies, they will realize they're told, the newbies are told. Okay, it's like this, the 10th time chocolate comes. Okay, they will tell their newbies, they will tell their juniors. So the world tell them the 10th time Coke doesn't come, chocolate comes. Now, after some several generations, they know that the 10th time chocolate comes. They just don't know how they came to know that. Beliefs are like that. They just don't know. Why love and acceptance is difficult? It's needed and it's difficult. Who told? Who told Navina? Navina knows. I experienced it. She says, you ask someone else? No, it's so easy. Why? We don't know. That's what it is. We just don't know why we believe that. And because we believe that, we are creating that in our life. It's not that I'm experiencing that in my life. That is why I believe that now. No, it's not like that. It's the other way around. You believe that. That's why you're creating that in your life. That's how the beliefs work. Okay? So after a long time, people forgot why they have to press the 10th time, then no chocolate comes. They just know. There is one beautiful story. There is this guru with a lot of shishyas, devotees, and every day they do a puja at certain time. And the guru had a pet cat. So the cat would sit next to the guru. And so it became like every puja, there is a cat next to the guru. After a long time, some 20, 30 years and all that, guru dies. But now the devotees catch hold of a cat, they tie the cat to that place, make sure that the cat is sitting there when the puja is done. It is very much required that we need that one cat. Nobody knows why. It's like that. And if the cat is not going to be there, puja won't go well. In fact, they might cancel the puja. Not good time. So there are so many such things, right, in our lives. You know that. You don't have an explanation, but you say that for good thing, no, get it done with it. Just do it. And if you don't do it, if you ask questions, oh, what a rebellion. This woman has attitude. You know? So all that makes you want to be belonged, you want to be accepted, love and accepted, Navina. So you'll start doing all of this. Will that help you manifesting? No. Because it's against your belief. That's how we will discover it later. Okay? So we realize that it's a vending machine. Now, plenty of buttons are there. Nobody knows what these buttons are. And we are all trying to figure out many, many times. So what we are creating is we are creating patterns here. Patterns are a way by which we learn to go ahead in our life and do what we want. So are patterns good? Patterns may not be good, but they are inevitable. Now, what we are supposed to do is learn the pattern. If it's working for you, good for you, then you know you're on the right path. If it's not working for you, then it's time to break the pattern. That is part of the manifestation. If you're telling affirmation 100 times, nothing has happened, why don't you stop telling the affirmation? It's as simple as that. No, I have to say the affirmation. Maybe I'm not telling the affirmation with all my energy. No, please, it's not working. That's exactly what it is. Maybe you're not doing the right way. Maybe there's a different way of doing it. Figure it out. If you're blindly saying it again and again, again and again, you're only in that pattern and you're never getting it. So you have to realize that if you do not get something in your life, don't do the same thing which you're doing it again and again. These are all the rules of the manifestation. When you're so badly want to manifest, You do not want to think about it. You just want to get it done. You want to do it. That's why you need to slow down in your life, pay attention and think, what am I doing actually? Why do I want to manifest this? What's my need? What's the intensity of my need? When you understand that, you will do it far better. Of course, you'll manifest, but then you'll do it far, far better. Now, the rules of this vending machine can suddenly change, like a new download of a software, and you wouldn't know what changed. So then 10 times hit the Coke, and the 10th time you get a chocolate may change in the middle. And then you will repeat your experience all over again. Okay? So, but what we need to understand is this universe, like a vending machine, has a system. Systems are already in place, that they are very natural. What is one system which is natural? Can anybody give me an example?
Day and
Gravity?
night, like the nature.
Nature, gravity. Like every day sun comes up, every day sun goes down.
Sun goes down.
You cannot change that. That's a system. Now, when there is such a system which you cannot change, what is that you'll do?
Accept.
Align with it.
Eh.
Whether you accept or not is different. I do
Align.
not accept that 6:20 is the sun comes up. I want to sleep more. What can I do about it? I can't do anything. Why don't you go to bed a little early? That's how my mother says. You can't change the sun. No, go to bed a little early. Yeah, that's what is aligning with it. Acceptance is a very trendy word of the current world. Actually, it's difficult to accept most of the things. Acceptance sounds as if that you tried. Now I don't have any other goals, so I'll accept it. Isn't it? Acceptance seems to be like that. Because the current generation acceptance is not there. And maybe it's not required, but you have to align somewhere. You have to align it. Align yourself for certain few things which are very natural system of the universe. Also, there is like the menstrual cycles. It's a system. If you slowly start expanding your thoughts, that's what I meant. There is a specific time to get married. There's a specific time to give birth. Now, you want to align with it, you choose. You do not want to align it, your choice. But nothing waits for you because this is a system. Now, if you align to all of it, then your manifestation is simple and easy. So you also have to understand manifestation is always have to be aligned with the natural system. I am 50-year-old. If I want to have a child now, is it possible? Not possible. Then what? If I'm trying to manifest it, it's stupidity. So you have to know what you want to manifest and is it aligned with the system in terms of time, energy, and effort. You know, randomly as I'm talking, things are coming up. But what you should do it like tomorrow or at the end of this week or before the class. Summarize yourself, make your own rules for the manifestation out of this discussion. And don't even agree with it. Think about it. Because as I said, your manifestation is different. My manifestation is different. But then when you think about it, if you agree with that, your whatever you want to get in your life will become very easy if you play by these rules. Okay? Now, try to look at the system as simple as possible. If it's a very complicated system, break it into small, simpler system and try to see where you can fit in your manifestation. For example, family is a very complicated system, but it is a system. There are parents, there are children, there are spouses. Children have to behave in a certain way. Even if they don't do it, the natural family energy follows that rule. So if you start applying that in your family, you may not believe it, but it works. Like, for example, all the rules of the family constellation, if you start acting really in your life changes. So these are also part of the understanding of manifestation. So clearly we know that there are two worlds. Now there is a new world now. You all realize that? There is a new world. There was a world before. For me, in my head, the bifurcation is when Corona happened. It's like old world and a new world. It's for me, okay? And I compare the new world with the old world. So if you look at the old world, it's about pain minimization. All of these things, please retrospect, okay? Pain minimization means that in the old world, we all try to minimize the pain what we are undergoing or adjusting. Everything is about adjusting. Everything is about making the ends meet, maybe, in whatever limit. Okay? And compromising, accepting. In the old world, it's all about that. But in the new world, it's about maximizing the pleasure. So, seeking pleasure and maximizing the pleasure. Now, your manifestation has to then work with that too. Are you belong to the old world? Then play the old world rules, because that works there. You're working with the new world. Then you have to work with that. It's something like this. I'm in Instagram and I'm only trying to put pictures. May not work so great than putting reels. Right? So your manifestation has to make use of where you are and what is that which is the current world. If you do not have a bank account, you do not have a Paytm, it doesn't work in India. You go to any nook and corner, any village, any place. This is what works. In fact, even credit card won't work many places. So you need to align with that. If you're traveling in India, you have to make sure that you enable all your stuff, everything, and then go. Can you buy without those things? No, I don't think you may buy. And our children don't even know how the 20 rupees looks, how 50 rupees looks. They don't know about it. What happens suddenly if we are out of network? What happens if electricity goes down for months? We'll figure out a way at that time. Why do we bother about it now? We shouldn't bother about it. Unnecessarily, we should not spend our energy on something which is not happening now. And there'll be so many other intelligent people who will anyway show the path for us. Make this world very simple and easy for us. So believe that and do not worry. That's my strategy most of the time for my manifestation. Many times when I don't know, but I know what I want and I don't know how do I get. I will look here, there. Please, somebody come and help me. And that's always happens when I want to cross a busy street. I look for help. All right, who's there? Help me. An auto wala will come and I go behind him very nicely. That's how it is. That's exactly how it works when you want a manifest. You need to have patience, but slow down a bit and be an observer what you're doing. Then you will start playing with that. And it's very easy. Very, very easy. Okay. Now, some rules you got it already. What we wrote, right? What we thought. Now let's see. Let's look at the life inside this universe of the vending machine as a game. So we have entered in the human body, we have entered an illusion. We have entered the video game. When you're born, you are introduced as an avatar. Correct? In the current video games, you can choose an avatar. As you choose that avatar, that kind of abilities you will have. We should all play the recent games, okay? I'm seeing because my children play. Of course, there is a continuous argument about it. But then, how beautifully they have made these games. I can also become an addict because it portrays exactly your life. So you can choose any avatar to play this game, and based on that, you get these abilities. Now here the avatar is Meghana, Anna, Navina, Kusum, Isha. We have taken this avatar and we have our own abilities. Credits and debits we have. Credits might be coming because of our family. Debits also might be happening because of our families. Or what we have done. Credits and debits are there, which is like ammunitions or the energy points you have. You're born with some energy points. Or you did some crappy things and you lost some energy points. Now the next thing is, what are the rules to lose or gain energy points? You need to figure it out because you need energy for manifestation. Am I making it interesting? Okay. So you enter this fog or the illusion and you can't see anything and you don't even know that you are inside this illusion. Okay. So you are just trying to press those buttons, thinking that I want Coke, I want Coke, I want Coke. So long you kept pressing, but Coke never comes. Something you are doing wrong, you're not able to see, you're not able to understand that you are in this fog or the illusion which is clouding your mind and is not allowing you to think. Or you're not aligned with the system, or your time is not right. Something is happening there. So when you want something and it's not happening, you're trying hard to get it, you're not happening, please sit and think where you're going wrong. You will figure it out. It's very simple. Okay? So we realized we are in an illusion, right? So what should we do? We have to wake up. You have to wake up and see. I'll give you, now if I'm telling you wake up, you say that, well, how the hell do I wake up? I'm already awake, my eyes are open, but I'm not able to understand how to wake up, right? I'll give an example, then you'll realize what is waking up, okay? Let's assume that you are thrown inside on a tennis court. It was not your wish. Somebody threw you there. You didn't know anything about tennis. You have seen now Grand Slams, everything, so you know very well. But what if you didn't know about it? You stood there and suddenly this yellow color round thing is coming at you and hitting you. It'll hit you 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6. And then first of all, you want to know whether it's a living thing, it's going to bite you or what's going to happen. And why am I here? Then a little bit of time after hitting many times, you will realize they're not biting you. They just seem to hit you and they bounce and go that side. Okay, some consolation is not going to bite me. But what am I supposed to do here? Okay, it pains. It's paining when it hits pains. You try to avoid. Once or twice you did like that, and you avoided. So you realized, oh, I can avoid this too. If only if I knew which direction it comes next, I can avoid. You learned something. Then you see, you look around there, oh, there is something, that racket, tennis racket. But you take this, okay, am I supposed to do something with it because it's here? And then you keep it a little bit like that, hide it behind it. And by chance, if a ball hits that, it goes back. Then you discovered a power. Then you tell yourself, oh, I can use this. Oh, that seems interesting. Now you are like, okay, let me hit it back. You also realize you can throw it wherever you want actually. Now, instead of being vulnerable, you became powerful. This is what is waking up. If you're repeatedly beaten up, wake up. There is something you can do about it. To avoid it first, then to empower yourself to play with it. This is exactly waking up. And when you're doing manifestation, you need to wake up. So waking up is a big rule. Remember the tennis game. And the next rule is playing the game very consciously. We are all unconscious. When you're going from your home to your shop or something, if you want to buy, if you're online, that is different. If you're going to your office or something, you don't even know what's there on the path. You don't even think the direction, your hand, your legs, your movement will take you there. We are not conscious at all. In relationships, we are not conscious. We are just living by the way anyway, because until I die, I have to live. No, one of my friends told me, why we have to worry about karma, girma? We have to live, right? Let's have some joy. Let's create karma. You can create a lot of other joy also. You don't have to create karma. But if karma is joy for you, please create. Think about all that in the next life. Don't worry about it. Why worrying about it? Let's just have fun this time. Yes, it's true. If you're life after life, you're only trying to make the past lives better, I don't think that this is worth living actually, you know. Make your life wonderful. Forget about past life later. This life is itself is so much heavy. Why do you want to know your past life and make it double heavy? But then that's not true. Past lives are already living in our current life. So when you start thinking about it, actually you're going to make your life better. That's different. So how do we play the game consciously? Okay. I'll give you an example here also so that you'll remember. What happens is whenever, every moment actually is an experience for you. When you have experienced something, a new desire comes. If the experience is not complete, you're stuck in the same desire. Do I make sense? Complete sense I make. My own experience anyway. It has to make sense. So, every time, don't tell me that I don't have any desire. No, impossible. This life will stop then. If the life has to evolve, you should have desire. This is also a natural law. Now, if Buddha says that you should not have any desire, that also a desire, isn't it? Not having a desire. Being a Buddha is a big desire for many. I don't want to be a Buddha, but I want all of those they do to become Buddha. No, I love all of that. They try to do astral projections. They try to understand what is lucid dreaming. They try to experience these energies and they try to use all of it. They take many years, which I don't want to. I want to learn it very fast and then I want to experience it. So that's a big desire, of course. So let's accept the desires because desires will help you manifest. It's very nice to have desires. So in the nature, when you experience something, a new desire comes. Okay? Now you have to be very cautiously, or not cautiously, sorry, consciously understand how the next desire you are creating. That will tell you whether you're in the right path. When I have a manifestation goal of making 1 crore, it has a lot of small desires. Now, if you do not consciously understand these desires, you won't know whether you're going towards 1 crore or somewhere else, losing 1 crore. So it is extremely important to know how desires are created for you. Now, if you're stuck in a pattern of incompletion, there also desires get created, but they are aligned with our manifestation or not, we have to understand. You might get bored, no? Doing the same thing all over again. Now, because you're bored, you will create something wonderful, right? So it's always like that. When you're bored about something, you will create, just to make yourself very interesting, you'll create something. You'll wish something. So even those are part of manifestation. Are you bored of doing the same manifestation? Please change the manifestation, make it life interesting. That is also possible. So now, what is the next rule? The next, a part of that making desire is also you have to understand something. Just imagining is not part of the manifestation. You have to experience it in 5 senses. Then only you are manifesting it. The reason because manifestation means having that in the physical reality. Everything else is in the energy field, which is not true in the life which we are living, physical life we are living. But you can do a lot of things at the energy level so that it happens in the physical level. If it's not happening at the physical level, you are doing so much work at the energy level, then you're not actually reaching your manifestation. Manifestation means it has to happen in the physical reality. So many times the same desire, you do it again, and get bored. Then you say, I want to have the same thing, but this time I want to feel it differently. So I want to try different places, different people. And that's how you navigate yourself to the final manifestation. The next rule, this game which you are in, it has a feedback system. You have to understand the feedback system. Then you will do something for your manifestation. You'll think about the feedback. Oh, this is what happened, but this is not what I meant actually. So maybe I should change this little bit. Then I'll watch what is the feedback. So you're navigating yourself based on the feedback, right? If you're If your Google map is telling you to take a right turn and you don't take a right turn, if you still goes, it says that, you know, take a right, take a right. It keeps on telling you until you take a right, no? It tells you many times that you're not doing right. But you have a choice to take the next right. You have a choice not to take a right at all. But that means you'll end up somewhere else. So you have to find the feedback mechanism. In a game, feedback mechanism is losing your energy or losing your ammunition, losing yourself, getting stuck in a place. All of these are feedback mechanism that you're losing. Or when there are coins fallen on the ground, you pick up, and then your energy levels go high, high, high. That means that is also a feedback mechanism telling you that you're on the right path. So you navigate yourself wherever the coin, I'm going there, like that, like that, like that. That also might lead you somewhere wrong place. But because you have energy, you can spend some bit and get back to your proper path. Now, in this world, what is our feedback mechanism? Can anybody guess? We are comparing the video game with the world, okay?
What we feel in the body.
Not exactly in the body, it's what we feel. Emotions are our feedback mechanism. You are feeling extremely sad about doing something and you think that is my path, I have to go there. Sorry, that's not your path. You have to avoid that path because it's giving you a lot of pain and sadness. And manifestation is about matching the frequency of the thing which you are manifesting. All of this will come later. Meaning, if you want to go for a holiday, how does that holiday make you feel is what you should aim at manifesting. So that's again emotions, right? I want to go to some holiday and then I'm feeling very sad. Then you'll never reach there. Maybe that place is making you feel sad. Then you will manifest not going there because it's making you feel sad. So emotional alert is part of the game. And that is the feedback mechanism of this manifesting universe. For example, if you are using a drain cleaner, it stinks, right? Do you sit and wish, oh, how I wish it had a very yummy, yummy feeling, yummy, yummy smell? You accept it. Drain cleaners are always stinking. It's accepted. You do not wish certain few things. It is accepted. This is how it is. You better just accept it and go ahead with it. That is when you will go past that and then do the stuff needed like cleaning the drain so that next day you have a better sink. Never think too much logical about certain few things. That is again manifestation criteria. Don't be too logical because manifestation work happens at the energy level and you don't have enough logic for it. Your logic is only the feedback system. By looking at the feedback system, you'll realize, oh, this didn't work. So these are the rules of the game. Got it? Now, next week, we'll see how to play the game. Now, a lot of things we spoke actually. So I want you to retrospect, think about it, write down those rules for your own self, because Navina have 5 rules and Meghana will have 7 rules. Ritika will have, oh, I have only 2 rules. It's all your rules. As I said, the manual is thrown away. We don't know how many rules are there. We need to make our manual. And you may want to add some few more rules for yourself. And you may test it using the feedback system. And then you say, this rule is rubbish, outdated rule. It doesn't work. So I'll throw it away. All that is possible. Okay. So that's about today's thing. But before we go, we do a small little exercise. For any manifestation, extremely important is to understand the energy. Okay? Now there are different ways of understanding energy. So I will always include, one second. I will always include just one, what do you call? Just one activity so that people can experiment, or people can just do a little bit of understanding where they are with respect to the energy, and maybe improve your aspect of energy. We have done 9 experiments. I'm sure a lot of people would have be seeing the energy differently, but it's always very nice to try a few things. Okay, today what I've selected is I will show a picture. Now there are only 8 of us. We will probably by 6:15 we'll leave. If anybody wants to leave, you can. What we do is each of you figure out how this picture makes you feel. Okay, because we need to understand when you are subjected to something, how that energy makes you feel is one aspect of the energy. And then it also tells you what is the state of mind you are in that moment, because that also depends on how you perceive the energy. And I want you to expand yourself a little bit more to see what might have happened before the picture, what might happen after the picture. Or maybe like what kind of a place it is. And maybe what's so good about that place. Some 2-3 points if you have, that's more than enough. Now we don't have any exact feedback to give what you thought was right or wrong. It's only to understand us how each of us perceive. Okay, so I will share one picture, one random picture. Just now I got it. Just look at this random picture. Without any judgment, just look at it for just 1 minute. 6:09, right? Till 6:10. Observe. And write down some 5 points. What your feelings, what your emotions are telling you. Okay. So wherever you are, you stop now. Now, 8 of us are here. We'll just go by one. Quickly, we will just, why we are also sharing, because by learning how others think, also we can expand our horizons of energy. Okay, so we'll start with Anna. So what is that you felt about this? Just randomly what you have written, you can just share.
Feeling connected and together.
Okay, so it's a positive, it gives you a positive vibe, is it?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so if you observe, Anna just said feeling connected and together. I assumed immediately that it's a positive vibe. It's my assumption, but that's what Anna's words made me feel energetically. So this is how you gather things. And she said as a feedback, yeah, it's right. So I get it, the confirmation, okay, what I'm thinking is right. You get it, what I'm saying? Every situation is like that. Okay, Navina, what would you like to say?
Yes, so I felt joyous and excited. And before and after also, I wrote like before they must have played and had fun in the beach together. And after they must have talked about it sitting together, like how was the day and retrospecting and going nostalgic and saying how beautiful the sunset would be. So very
Wonderful.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. So quite a bit you felt energetically,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Okay,
Yes.
that's very good. Next is Pala.
Okay, myself, I feel it's a very joyful and harmonious and united relationship of a family outing with various tiers.
Mhm.
Tiers
Okay.
means a different level of relationship.
So
Grandchild,
you're feeling that this seems to be a family.
yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Because I also felt the same, Pala. This is a big family, is what I thought. Okay, next, Kusum.
The beauty of the sunset at the beach. It was just togetherness of family and friends, I felt.
Nice. I know. So three of us felt that family and together. See, three of us. I mean, I don't, others also would have felt the same because Naveen also said something like that. None of us felt these are friends, right? It gave that feeling that this is a family outing.
So I felt that I felt like they were friends, but then again I felt no, that maybe like it feels more like a group of cousins.
Okay, that's
Family.
good. You
Family.
can continue. What are the things you felt, Ritika?
I felt happiness, joy, contentment, family, and togetherness.
Okay, wonderful. Meghna,
Exhausted and tired because it's the evening and they have kids also. So exhausted and tired, but very very happy that I have the support of my tiredness and exhaustion. I feel in spite of it that we are together, that belongingness and togetherness, they're happy, but they're exhausted.
okay. So there is some aspect of exhaustion, what you're saying. What I felt similar to that is the whole fun is over. Something is getting over. That's what they felt. It's like you had so much of fun the whole day and everything. Now you're exhausted. Now everything is over. Is the kind of feeling this picture gave me. It's like the evening, and especially I don't know why. Whenever there's this evening and the birds are going back, I don't like that moment. I feel that okay, something is getting over. So all the fun is getting over. Is the feeling I get. Okay, Pratima wants to say anything. Pratima is not switched on. Okay.
Pratima's got COVID.
Oh, okay. Still she's
She's
able to
probably
log
listening.
in.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
I put down enjoyment and peace.
Okay, that's nice. That's very nice. And all of you should see a little more in the picture, okay? Let me give you an example. You have to quickly analyze everything there. For example, I thought, oh, the lady on the right side needs to shed probably a little bit of weight. And then I thought, okay, she's probably might have got little kids just now. And I felt nice, both parents are helping each other with the children. That's very nice. Then I saw there is this check shirt man, probably helped by the son. Looks like that. And the the sister of that son is actually the one who is next to the skirt, probably. She is looking at the brother and seeing how the brother would help her father. So there is a core family here whose spouses who are all strangers. Most likely the men are strangers here who are probably standing in this family gathering. And the lady from the left, the second one, seems to be a very confident lady. You know, this is how you start gathering more understanding. Now the question is that true? I don't know, because we don't have a feedback mechanism. But in
We don't
reality,
know.
you have a feedback mechanism. But this is how you should gather your data. And what do you do with the data? Just keep it with you. It'll help you. Right? But you don't have to operate out of that gathered data. For example, I should not assume that this lady is very confident and talk a lot of things, everything. I should not assume that she is the sister of that brother and she is looking here. I should not assume that all the men here are outsiders and it's a daughter's family or whatever. Keep the information and then test it as part of the feedback mechanism to know, is that true or not? But this is how you will have to understand the energy. That is the second step. And 75% to 90% of the time, you are always right. That's how you'll start believing yourself too. Okay, so that is where we end today's thing. It was nice, good beginning. And any questions? We'll take 2-3 questions and we are closing it.
Would it be possible to quickly go over the rule?
I have forgotten. That's how the universe, Ritika. I told you, the manual is thrown. It's okay, you know, don't worry. If possible, try to see
Could we
it
have the
again.
recording? Then we could
Yeah, yeah.
refresh ourselves.
I will definitely put that recording and try to see that. If not, you know,
I
Ritika,
remember
I'll tell you something, Navina. Sorry, Ritika. You do exactly what I do. Somebody will help you. They will help you. And most
I was-
likely it's the Navina. Whatever I said is right.
I would just say, hey, Isha, just I said if Ritika wants, I can, share my notes or share the